Greetings and welcome back to room 303 in our chats with Emily as we are calling our readings through the poetry of Emily Dickinson. We turn now in the Johnson edition to poem 404, How Many Flowers Fail in Wood. Here we're going to have Emily talking specifically again about flowers, and flowers as though they were in fact human. Our assumption is that you've been following our stuff at learnstrong.net down that left-hand side, chats with Emily, our playlist. I'm hopeful that you've already worked our set of introductory comments in the preceding 403 poems. We just finished with 403, the winters are so short. Notice Emily's eye for nature as she says, how many flowers fail in wood or perish from the hill without the privilege to know that they are beautiful? How many cast a nameless pod upon the nearest breeze, unconscious of the scarlet freight it bear to other eyes? Well, notice how many repeated, how many flowers fail in wood. In other words, nobody gets to see their beauty or perish from the hill without the privilege to know they are beautiful. In other words, this is that famous question, if a tree falls in the woods, only here for Emily, it's if a plant or a flower blooms in the wood, does anybody know? How many cast a nameless pod upon the nearest breeze, right? Unconscious of the scarlet freight. You'll remember unconscious from 233. It'll be used in 11 more poems. The scarlet freight, of course, is the seed, right? That's going to soon turn into a flower. Unconscious freight, scarlet freight, it bear to other eyes. In other words, nature has this ability to be beautiful without realizing that it's beautiful. At 2a, I think often the beautiful don't know that they're beautiful is the point here. At 2b, notice the repetition of how many. At 3a, I can't help but think of Gray's elegy written in a country churchyard from 1750. You'll remember line 55. Full many a flower is born to blush unseen and wasted sweetness on the desert air. We've given full lecture on this poem. You can run it to ground. It's possible Emily knew this poem and is referencing somehow or alluding to it this way. Finally, at 3b, what was a time in your life when the beautiful did not know that they were beautiful, flowers or humans? Thank you.